Hey, welcome everybody. I wanted to introduce you to a client of mine. His name is Darren Oilund. And Darren and I met, I'm going to say back in February somewhere, and he's progressing through the program. He's not all the way through it yet, but he's in the thick of it right now. And so appreciate you coming in, Darren. And maybe you could tell everybody a little bit about why we even got involved with each other and what were you struggling with at the time? And, and why did you decide to come into this program?
At the time, first of all, Chuck, thanks for trusting me enough to have me. I really appreciate it. What was I struggling with was health. I'm type 2 diabetic. I'm on diabetic pills. I'm on high blood pressure. I'm on cholesterol. I got the perfect recipe for a massive heart attack. My dad died of a heart attack young, and I was heading in the same direction, and I knew I could prevent it, but I just fell into my same old habits time and time again. I would try something new and I'd come back to my old habits. I would keep quitting. And that's kind of where I was. And I had found you on your Facebook Lives, Chuck, and I followed you for, a while, and it was really interesting, everything you knew about nutrition, and I would learn some things, but I thought I could never apply that to my life. I don't know if I couldn't stick with that, and that's kind of where I was.
Cool. So we talked, you called me. So when we talked, really, truly, and being honest here, what was your biggest hesitation about maybe committing or coming into this program at the time when we had chatted a little bit?
My biggest hesitation that it would be, like many of the other things I've tried, and the common denominator is I quit. I would start doing something, I'd feel it got too difficult, it got too restrictive, and it was just something that I couldn't sustain for my life. And I thought, I don't want to have to enter a program where it's really good for the program, but then when I come out of it, realistically, I'm not going to live like that the rest of my life.
Okay, cool. So when you came in the program, what was life actually like for you at that time, and what solutions did we give you that you felt were sustainable that you could do?
Life at me at the time was, my health was getting out of control. I think you remember the text I gave you. I woke up with a blood sugar of 20 one morning, and I didn't know who to turn to, and I didn't know you from Adam. And you're the guy I contacted. And so through that, and it was the changes. What changes did you?
Yeah, like how has it changed you overall? Like what have you noticed from being in the program versus what you thought it might be or your hesitation? So how has it changed you?
It's changed my view around food. Food is a fuel, and food is to be enjoyed. And I can do all of it, but I'm a master over my food now. My food isn't a master over me. And that's been a little bit of a process, but it's been a much easier process than I ever thought I could do. My cravings, you put a big bag of M&Ms in front of me and they're gone. And not that I can't have them, but I've learned to discipline my life a lot better around food. And it's been really small changes, Chuck. I haven't felt starving. I haven't felt hungry. So it's been something very sustainable. But I've lost weight. My blood sugar is way down. It's right where it should be. I feel great. I feel mentally clear. And I'm feeling strong again. So that's where I'm at in the program right now. I've came farther. I think I've probably been with you March, probably a little 6 weeks, maybe into the 7th week. I thought maybe after 16 weeks, I'd be where I am today.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So coming into this thing, as far as the whole lifestyle we talk about, is this something that you really think that when we part ways, that you truly will know what to do and you can do this as a lifestyle yourself? Do you believe that at this point?
Absolutely. 100%. I know I'm only halfway through, Chuck, so I know you got some tricks up your sleeve for me yet to learn. So, and it's been great. And it's funny, for people that are watching, I want to get ahead and start doing things ahead. And Chuck's just like, no, slow down. Let's do the process. And it's there for a reason. But right now, if I quit today, Chuck, I could maintain what I'm doing today for the rest of my life without question, without question.
Very cool. And that's an important point. It really is. So, what would you say to somebody that's on the fence, or maybe they look at this and it's like, oh my gosh, there's another program. Here's another thing, because the price point's not low intentionally. There's a lot of interaction that we have. What
Yeah.
would you tell them if someone's either hesitant about the program or even me, they don't know me? What would you say to that person?
Um, if being hesitant, I would say, um, for myself, I'm the biggest procrastinating quitter that was out there. So if I can do this program, anyone can, and that's a cliche, but that is true. Um, for someone on the fence, is what is your health worth to you? I mean, we'll spend money on different kind of diets and food and trainers, and we'll if we add up everything we've wasted and it hasn't worked, you owe it to yourself. And for you, Chuck, you have taught me about nutrition and fitness. Um, you've taught me in a different way. I've heard things in a different way from you. I've understood things in a different way. And it's very much a scientific approach, but it doesn't have to be hard. And it's been very easily. Probably your biggest coaching, Chuck, has been mentally is upstairs. You've changed this up here and taught me some other things. And I think I said in a text the other day, the mind's leading and the body's following. So if whoever's on the fence, you really owe it to yourself, because I am a walking test. I'm serious. I am the guy that quits. I am the guy that doesn't follow through. I am the guy that goes halfway. And that's something that person doesn't, not talking to you today. That's a person that I used to be, not anymore. And I never thought I could get on top of health. I never thought I could get on top of my eating, but I have. And I will never go back, because it hasn't been hard to get here.
Awesome, dude. So, well, it's been a pleasure having you as a client, but also, those relationships you forge that go on after being a client is really cool. That's not for everybody, but I definitely, for sure, but I really appreciate you coming on here. And for anybody else on here, you're going to see a link either above this video or below. I'm not sure where it's going to be, but what you want to do is you want to click on that for a free strategy session so we can chat a little bit to see if this is right for you, to kind of go, maybe it isn't. I don't know, but I like to match it up with people that it's right for. And we'll get on that call. It's free. We'll see if it's a good fit. So, Darren, I really appreciate you coming on here and talking, but a pleasure getting to know you. So everybody else, just click that link and let's get a free strategy session going, and let's get you some help. Thanks.